Illinois Business Consulting is a student-run consulting organization that's centered in the College of Business, and it's unique in the sense that it's actually I believe it's actually the largest student-run consulting organization in the nation. We basically solve problems for businesses ranging from Fortune 500 companies all the way to like mid-cap companies, even smaller ones, and sometimes even nonprofit organizations. I heard about IBC from, I think, Quad Day. Well, I decided to join because, back when I was a sophomore, I didn't really have any experience, and I thought it would be a great way to get that kind of exposure. It was different in the sense that, it wasn't like a school project. It was actually going out with a real client and having, a team of individuals that you normally wouldn't work with.
Hearing about all the experience that students get, real-world, actual experience, you really can't get that with any other organization in the business school. There's a lot of great info sessions and things like that, but to actually do the work is what really drew me to it.
So I joined IBC from the get-go, and it's sort of immersion in business. You learn all these concepts coming at you from left and right, and you try to apply that to the things you're trying to learn at the same time, trying to catch up with the material.
IBC is actually a bit of a time commitment. We have weekly meetings, they're internal meetings, and then we have a weekly client call. So we'll update the client on what we do and our progress so far, and that can actually be quite a bit of a time commitment.
Time management, I think it's essentially, like, if you bring it down to the basics, identifying what you truly value in life and what you want to get the most out of your college experience within the certain, the time constraints that you have.
Student will work with a different client, with a different team, so the dynamics of that is always going to be different. So even if you've been with IBC for, 2 or 3 semesters, your experience every time is going to be different with IBC.
So far, I love IBC. I just got started, but it's exactly what I want to do. It's real work. The school has unbelievable resources. It's definitely something that, it's hard to take advantage of in a normal class.
It did influence the career paths that I'm considering. So it kind of opened my eyes to different options in terms of what I could do after school.
I just really like the whole basic notions of critical thinking and problem solving. And I think that sort of field as a career will help me, stay, I guess, fresh.
Because of the environment that we provide, which is, again, a team environment where you get a chance to communicate a lot, not only with your team but also with your clients, people who aren't necessarily interested in consulting can also benefit from this, because any of the skills that you learn from here, you can take that with you regardless of whether or not you go into consulting. The way you handle your team, the way that you communicate with your team members, that skill set is something that you will use when you are out there in the real world.
I think consulting is definitely very interesting. I like the dynamic aspect of it because you work on a bunch of different engagements, so not everything is the same.
It's a really dynamic field, and it's a great way, I think, to keep your mind sharp.
You're looking at a lot of information in a lot of places, so you get a really broad understanding of kind of what's going on in the world.
IBC can be a valuable experience to anyone who joins it. It could be business students, it could be engineering students, anyone who's just looking to get any kind of exposure to what it might be like working for a company once they graduate.
IBC is a chance for me to develop myself professionally and in the consulting field.
A great opportunity for mentorship, meeting different people, building that network, and really just having a great time within college. No, that was bad. Take that out. If you don't keep it. Okay, you can keep it in.
Shut up, Annie. I don't want to hear it from you.
So far, how do you feel about IBC?
Ooh, you want the truth? Sorry, no, I'm kidding.
IBC website, which is www.ibc.illinois.edu.